Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. We have a very special reading today. I don't even know how to explain it or what to call it, but I'm going to give you some backstory really quick. So, I work gem shows with a good friend of mine. Her name's Lorette. She's in her 70s, she's retired, and the gem shows are just her jam. Lorette loves aliens. Lorette is all things aliens. Now, there's my friend Siren, and Siren definitely has connections with intergalactic stuff, 100%. And she messages me one day and she said, I have these aliens. I'm not sure if you know where they need to go or who they belong to. And I immediately thought of Lorette. And I know that Lorette's in a space of wanting to sell a lot of her stuff, but I couldn't help it. I was like, I'm going to ask her. She's an adult. She can say no if she doesn't want them. So I'm the intermediary. I am holding and hosting these aliens that I received from Siren until I can get them to Lorette. And they have been a welcome addition to my home, but very energetically intense. So they really wanted for me to do a reading for you guys with their energy. And I'm going to show them to you first, and that's how there's 3. So you can pick your alien to get your reading, whatever else to come through for you. You might want to listen to all of them, you might listen to multiple, whatever. But I'm just gonna let this happen and see what unfolds. And let me see if turning on the light helps at all. Hang on, don't mind my reach. Yeah, it helps a lot. Okay, so I don't know why I just never want to turn the light on. But this looks so much better. So I'm going to show them to y'all, and then you can, skip ahead to your number if you want. So the first one is a stromatolite alien with red jasper eyes. Stromatolite is, I believe, some of the first formations of earthly matter. So this is about as ancient as it gets. This is really special. So this is pile 1. I feel bad even saying pile 1. This is who this is. And then for pile 2, this one is made out of, this one's so heavy, tree agate, and has labradorite eyes. They're just all so special and kind of insane in the best way. This thing literally, I think, weighs almost 10 pounds. It's ridiculous. It's it's over 5. It's crazy. So that's pile 2. And pile 3 is bamboo jasper, also with labradorite eyes. I have such an affinity for all of them, I'm going to have a hard time letting them go. But anyway, we're just going to dive in and see what wants to come through. They all have different decks. They have different amounts of decks, so we're going to start with pile 1. This is very new for me, so there's a lot of grounding energy. There's a lot of slow down. Deeper presence. And then when I mean deeper presence, I mean intentional boredom. Getting to a point where you're just what the fuck am I doing? But just slowing down so much. There's a lot of vitality in that, and people think or feel that vitality is from doing and from movement, and that's not necessarily true. Like, being, doing, living, and movement can come from the stillness, right? But the stillness and the slowdown is where we start. This is where we cultivate from, and so you are being told to slow the fuck down. Slow down more and more and more. Really take your time in enunciating things, in the way you speak, and just doing things. Slow down. Be more present with what you're doing. Let it feel like it's taking an eternity is a big thing that's coming through. We're going to start with the Sacred Creators Oracle. I feel like a lot of y'all might start to feel like emotional listening to this, and I want to encourage you to let yourself feel. And I think some of you aren't slowing down because you're afraid to feel. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's literally nothing to be afraid of. Yeah. We have number 56. You are light. So that's master number 11, and 5 and 6 is like change. It's a lot of change. It's change for the higher good and growth in your soul's direction. And then 6 is a focus on love, and balance. So a big part of like where y'all are at, or like what you need to hear right now, is just understanding like how important you and your essence is. Like, it's like who you are, how you be is so fucking important, and some of y'all are not seeing that or getting it, and so I feel like you might get bitch slapped a little bit here. Also, it's getting really bright out, and the white is reflecting from a building. There we go. Thank you. The light's a little funny. Like us. If we're light, we're a little funny. Like, some of y'all aren't understanding how important you are, and how important it is for you to be yourself, is what I'm getting. It's so much more than, like, honoring your yeses and honoring your nos and expressing yourself and all. It's so much more than that. It's about like listening and adhering to what's important to you, what you believe in. You know what I mean? Like, actually living it out, like the term embodiment. That's funny. Also, some of y'all are not giving yourselves enough credit. Okay, you are light. The light that vibrates from the core of your being, light worker, love, pure energy. At the core of your cells and your atoms, you are tiny strings of vibrating light energy. This light interacts with other lights around it and emanates a signature that is only yours. And your unique vibrational energy is needed in the world. Light worker, you are needed. You will be the beam of light who casts luminous hope into the shadows. Trust that your light will be accepted, even by those that don't understand it. What lights you up? What makes your soul float? What feeling lies in the center of your soul's calling? Okay, I need to iterate this to y'all. Like, when you start to just trust in your beingness, trust that that is enough, and that God will handle everything else. It's all already fucking taken care of. I forgot that this book has some loose pages. Sorry. Yeah, it's all already taken care of. So, like, what are you even worried about? That's a big thing. Also, like, why aren't you doing some of the stuff that you need to be doing? Why aren't you investing time into that hobby? Like, why aren't you going and visiting those people? Like, there's, sorry, bud, there's so many, like, God's just like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just being asked to just do your things and be yourself, and everything's gonna get taken care of. And you know the difference between, like, who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing, and what you think you should be doing. You know the difference. And, like, it's a tough fucking pill to swallow, because a lot of us, myself included, have attached our identity to needing to be or do something, and we just don't have to do it. That's just, okay, so there's that. In what ways are you sharing your gifts with the world? In what ways are you opaquing your light? Does your ego hold on to fears of being seen or judged? Or of being too big, too awe-inspiring, too self-centered, or too successful? How can you shine your light anyway? Is there, more ways that seriously, like, look at the world around you. And I know this is a verse in the Bible somewhere, but it's just like, the animals don't think about what they're going to eat later. It's funny because the paradox is that, like, I'm getting a visual of how the woodpeckers stash all of the nuts in trees. And it's like, some of them are thinking about later, right? So take what you need from that. I just feel like so many of y'all just need to start being yourselves. I will give an example. I have a lot in my heart that I feel has very clearly been placed on my heart to do and to be, and I keep trying to make stuff happen based on what I feel like I need to be experiencing in my life. And how do I explain that more and better? How do I explain that better? How do I share that better? Okay, so, like, if I know I'm supposed to be, like, fucking great financially and just really, like, taken care of and in a position where I can do a lot for myself and others, I feel like there's only a few ways to do that. And what God keeps showing me and telling me is, you just need to do your thing. You need to do what interests you, what lights you up, what gets you excited. And it's not about, okay, how do I make this a better business? How do I grow that? It's not about that. It's not about that. For me, for some of y'all it might be, but for me it's not. What it's about is just being and doing the things, and then God's going to do the rest. Does that make sense? Because I have spent so long trying to make it work on my own terms with my own understanding, and it's not working. And as soon as I let go more, more stuff starts happening. What else? Yeah, some of y'all need to really pay attention to how you eat. Number 28, hollow bone teachability. This is such an honor. This is such an honor to be in the position, y'all who are watching and receiving this, like, not everybody gets to experience this. Not everybody gets to experience this level of being of service just by being yourself and who you've been and called to be and made to be. Hollow bone teachability is a Indian phrase, I believe, and I will pull it up. Yeah, it's shamanic in nature. It's like you're a hollow bone. You are the vessel for source to pour through. It's not about you. you get what you like it is, but it isn't. And I feel like those of you who are watching this get it, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this, you know? You understand that it's not about you anymore. The appearance of the hollow bone invites you to become empty of your notions of who you are. Check your ego at the door and know that this is not about you. Can't make this up. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion. As this will not change anything right now, you are being called to practice humility. This is really about you leaning into your experience, your gnosis, your, like, you know what you need to be doing. You know how you need to be living. Just do it and trust. Like, listen, right? For some of you, that does mean, like, taking the leap and doing the thing that you're thinking about. For others of you, you have, like, too much what I'm getting is, like, you have too much pressure around, like, I have to figure this out, I have to make this decision, what does this mean if I do or don't do this, blah, 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 blah. And Spirit's just like, slow down, get really quiet, so you can hear better. You need to hear yourself better first. A lot of you need to process your emotions first. You have a lot of stuff you need to feel. So you just have to let yourself feel it. That's going to help make some space. Okay? So we're going to set pile 1 aside and let you live there so that the energy can continue to hang out. And we're going to move on to pile number 2. With our tree, I get friend. Why are you so heavy? A lot more lightness to this pile, which is nice. I say lightness, and then this is what comes out. Grizzly bear, power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. There's a really strong conversation here about balance and power and what power is. Power is decisiveness. Power isn't exerting over others. It's the knowledge that you could. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You know, it's that energy of you're capable. Also the question of, are you capable? Like, and what do you have to do to make yourself capable? You become indestructible by, like, getting beaten down a few times. And when you can come out of all of that and not feel the need to, like, put yourself above others and just be in a space of, like, knowing you have power and knowing you have capability, and also knowing, like, it's not like I have to do anything about that. It's not like I have to showcase that to everybody. Like, you know, it's really just about, I know that it will be taken care of. I know that if I'm here, I'm capable. Like, God doesn't ever give us more than we can handle. And when we feel overwhelmed or incapable in those moments, almost every time, once we get past or through that, we realize that we got past or through it. And so it's really kind of wild what it's like to ride that wave of like going through something, you know, and coming out the other side and being like, whoa, I'm here, I'm good. It was hard, but I'm here and I'm good. So a gentleness and a compassion for yourself and others, and also knowing that you're taken care of, knowing that God's going to teach you how to fish, you know, like it's not like the bear goes to bear school. It's in their DNA. God already told them. Source, spirit, nature, whatever you want to call it. Like, I so firmly believe with all my being that the force of life and nature is God. And that is something that y'all can sit with. But anyway, we have number 11, Great Awakening. It is time to cut through the veil, speak your truth to the collective, and you will be seen. Ooh, shiny. Yeah, like there's nothing to be afraid of. There's a lot of flow in your life too. I feel like a lot of you have really beautiful transitions. You have a really beautiful awareness of how everything like works together. Whoa, that's interesting. I was looking at scarabs today. Number 13, the Eternal Stone. What you grieve is not lost. Everything has and will be returned to you in another form. I feel like some of y'all might be really worried about letting go of parts of yourself, and like that's natural, like it happens, it's okay, it's uncomfortable. And like you're just bigger than that. You're bigger than that. You're bigger than the habits or the things that you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna function without doing this, or like whatever, like how am I gonna handle this change? It's like, let's say you go from working a normal 9 to 5 to like working overnights. That's a huge change, right? And there's some part of you that's like, you know, I can't do it, or whatever you're telling yourself. Like the aliens just like not even letting that come through. So like it's all story. Yeah, like you're being stubborn. Don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn. The reason you're unhappy is because you're being stubborn. A lot of you really want to hold on to a reason. And then you have the Sun. A lot of you really want to hold on to a reason to like not be more vibrant, to not put yourself out there more, to not do more, be more, to be happier. I feel like you're just holding on to a story, more or less, you know, and it's really wild if you just sit in the quiet with yourself and like feel, you know, your feelings, and then talk with yourself about whatever's coming up. It's kind of wild, like what you'll notice. I went through a whole process of asking myself about like just sitting with my body and asking like, how would it feel to receive this amount of money? How would it feel to receive this amount of money? And it was really interesting where I went. And it was also really interesting to notice like it wasn't about the amount. It was not about the number I was saying. It was about every time I hit a certain number, I would have this feeling like, well, I have to do this, or I have to figure out this, or whatever. And it's like, why? Like I would stop and ask why, like, why do you think that? And it's because I had this like belief that I was, you know, I was like, okay, well, this is my belief around something because so-and-so said so. And it was like, oh, well, are you afraid that if you don't believe that, you're like more disconnected from that person? And I was like, well, yeah, but. And I was like, well, what if being more yourself actually draws you closer to that person? You know, so it's just about that questioning and that allowance and that non-judgment. And I feel like you guys are in a really interesting state of knowing that you're capable, knowing that you're powerful, knowing that you're here to like share who you are. And you just need to like let go of like the heavy stuff. You just need to, I don't know, guys just need to lighten up. That's why like I think the beginning of the reading was so much light energy, is because Spirit's just like, you just gotta let it go. You don't have to be the sad girl anymore. Or just not believing in yourself, or feeling like things aren't gonna work out for you. It's like, what the fuck? Why? No. Cut that shit out. Start to question your beliefs a little bit more. Oh, interesting. Well, we'll just let that be. Thank you. Okay, and for pile number 3, you picked Bamboo Jasper. This is a good friend. You have a lot of clarity coming through, and you're going to be taking a lot of action. I feel like y'all are just like, okay, I get it, I know, I see, I'm going to go do it, I'm going to go do it, I'm going to go do it. I'm going to ask the question, I'm going to look into the thing, I'm going to make the thing, I'm going to take a nap, I'm going to take a bath, you have the clarity of what you need to do and you're doing it. I feel like there's a relief here, and there's also a realization of like, okay, I have like shit to do. Oh, whoa. Yeah. Some of you literally like need to take a nap. I just feel like all of you who are watching pile 3, you just have an awareness of here's what I have to do. I'm gonna go do it. Like there's no questioning it, which is really nice. I feel like the other piles were like a little sticky. You guys are, like, oh, okay. I know what I need to do. I'm just gonna go do the thing. You have rediscovery. I adore these cards. The artwork is just incredible. Withdrawal to the security of loved ones. Stumbling on or triggering a memory. Stories told in safety, creative space. A message from the past for the future. Your body remembers, listen to its story. Deep pain is transformed into wisdom and understanding. An inheritance, legacy, or heirloom. Having access to the tools and knowledge you need, be gentle with who you were and strong about who you will become. If you're feeling lost, confused, or asking what life is all about, then it may be the perfect time to consult your original self, the one you keep hidden while you grow up and supposedly become wiser. The sweet, loving, innocent you is not lost. Deep down, you are still that person. The original you exists outside of time, safe and awaiting rediscovery. Caves are the keepers of humanity's earliest history. Within the safety of the earth and stone, we slept, we ate, and we told our stories. The caves still hold these stories. The rock that graced us with a space where we were protected from the troubles of predators and and cold became a creative space. Those walls were canvases for the earliest paintings and kept them hidden, safe, and preserved, some for over 40,000 years. Tools, bones, charcoal, and artworks await the return of their peoples, ready for their ascendance. Knowledge of animals, now extinct, red handprints, a message from another time. Ancient wisdom awaits rediscovery. Yeah, I'm feeling like y'all have this awareness or this gnosis of like, I gotta be here, I gotta do this, and you're just listening, which is really good. That's like your animal instinct kicking in a good way. And it's an understanding of your innate wisdom that you have within you. And you could go deeper into that. You know what I mean? Like, you could go deeper into your personal story and everything if that resonates for you. But I feel like a lot of you, it's just getting back to the basics, like ancient wisdom basics of am I tired? I'm gonna sleep. Does it feel stuffy in here? Let me, clean up really quick or open some windows. Like, not overthinking it, not over planning. Hi. Hi. We have 2 of Cups. I feel like some of y'all are in past life relationships. I just had to say that for somebody. Some of y'all are in a relationship that you've had in a past life. So that might be something that you like want to rediscover or go deeper on. We have 6 of Wands. Queen of Swords. Wow. Huge message on like how we really need to protect our minds and be vigilant. Be vigilant with your mind and the stories you're telling yourself. But yeah, two of Cups, 6 of Wands, Queen of Swords. There's a victory in overcoming something old. And for some of y'all, it may have been hereditary, I'm feeling like a lot of past life stuff coming up. But, understanding that and or moving past it is what gives you the clear, like, green light to just live this life and be unimpeded by all the old stuff. I feel like some of you feel like you made mistakes in the past. It's like, just forgive yourself. Like, it's fine. Like, move on. You know what I mean? Like, just move past it. It's going to be okay. You're already successful. You're already successful. It's what I'm hearing. And you get 10 of Pentacles with the White Buffalo. It's the epitome of success and like family legacy. And like, I feel like you've closed out some shit that you needed to for yourself, but you all like also for just your lineage and like humanity in general. I feel like they're saying thank you, like, and you did good, thank you. And now it's time for you to just like live your life and just be you. This is a huge message that's coming through for everybody. It's just be you. I feel like this gets said a lot. You know how you need to show up. So just keep choosing that, even when it's hard. Okay? And 4 of Pentacles on the bottom. Ace of Swords. Just keep cutting through the noise. Keep cutting through the bullshit. Keep cutting through any of the old stuff that pops up. Just like keep moving through it. Keep moving past it. Okay, that was a lot for everybody's. I hope that this reaches all of y'all well. And I'm always available for individual readings, so I'm here if you need anything. I'm sending you guys so much love. I hope this was received well from our friends, and I will talk with you soon.